Hey guys, I wanted to bring you another YouTube video about the NFL trade and today's big headline news about Henry Ruggs III, especially living out here in Las Vegas. So obviously, I think the NFL would have preferred to have some big trades go down on what happened today, because obviously the big news was what happened with Henry Ruggs III. Got in an accident at about 3:40 in the morning Pacific time. Killed a young woman, 23 years old. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the victim's family. It's a sad tragedy. It's something that could have been prevented, especially the NFL has protocols for all NFL players where they could call for a ride or a limousine or anything. So it's just one of those things. There's still some details that they're still working out, but from what happened, looks like is that he must have drove way too fast, because obviously, and the young woman was pretty much um, dead on the pretty quick. Like obviously, uh, it's just really sad, because obviously it's something that you can't, anything that happens after late at night, especially on weekdays, nothing usually good happens. And so it just sounds like he drove too fast, couldn't stop, or but also he was impaired too. The young woman that was also with Henry Ruggs III sounds like she's going to be okay. But Henry Ruggs was treated for medically and then was arrested and went to jail. So in the state of Nevada, from what I've read, is that he could be facing 2 years minimum to 20 years. Now, there was one incident where Dante Stallworth, he hit a jaywalker, so that is going ruled out. So that's not going to happen with jaywalking situation or anything like that. So um, he's going to have a pretty good defense attorney if that's the case, but I don't see how he's going to get out of this, unless I don't know, unless he wasn't impaired. But it sounds like there's enough witnesses to show that he was. Um, it sounds like he was 12 minutes away from the strip also. So the cross street is Rainbow and Spring Valley. And if you don't live in Las Vegas, you could look it up, what those intersections and how far that is equivalent to the strip. I'm pretty sure he was coming from the strip, because he's only 12 minutes away. It was 4.6 miles roughly to be on the strip. And you're traveling from westbound, so you're going from there westbound, and that neighborhood or that intersection area, like I said, I don't see how you could have gone so fast unless you're really speeding. And if I'm mistaken, it's probably about 40 to 45 miles. I wouldn't be surprised it could even drop all the way down to 35 miles per hour for that area. So, uh, yeah, that's really odd for him to do that, especially with the nowadays you have Uber and Lyft, and especially you would think you would have practice and you have to be ready for practice in probably a couple hours later. Because if you're out 3 in the morning, I think they practice usually even as early as 6 or 7 in the morning, especially during August because of the heat. So if they're practicing outside, but yes, they do practice indoor. They do have an indoor facility. Um, and that's one thing living out here in Vegas. I think it takes a certain athlete or person to live out here, because um, there's a lot of temptation and stuff like that. So you definitely want to be aware of your decisions. You have to really make great decisions on that. Um, and I feel like they're going to probably try to make an example of him, because I can't. There is Leonard Little, but I don't remember all the details on it. But those were the two that stood out with manslaughter with DUIs. But those two players ended up being able to play, or didn't have a severe um, anything as crazy as this at this point, especially this day and age where you could have gotten Uber or Lyft, or um, had someone else drive for you. But like I said, Josh Jacobs, I remember, I think it was last season, the last final game of the season. He got off the airport and then also got a DUI, but he didn't kill or hit anyone. So that, like I said, it's something out here where you have to be aware. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a party city, it's a travel city, destination. There's a lot of things that you could do, and you just really have to be aware and know your limits. And so, I, like I said, if you're a young kid, like I said, all of us were young at one point, and so you just have to be really have that buddy system or someone also looking out for you, um, making that decision and helping you out, especially living in the city. Um, because, like a good example, right? The Golden Knights, we have our hockey team here. You don't hear as much, and they've been here longer than the Raiders. And so there's just some bad PR right now already with everything that's gone on with the Raiders. So we'll see. Like I said, the investigation is going on. We'll see how that turns out. But Henry Ruggs is going to, even if he got anyway found not guilty of this, he's going to have to live with the rest of his life knowing that he killed an innocent person. Even though he did not intentionally do it, but that decision that led up to that point took someone's life. So obviously it affected both families. It's very sad and tragic, especially it's the NFL trade deadline. Most people were looking forward to see if their team was going to improve or make any trades. The only big trade I would say was the day before with Von Miller. Was a big thing that could move or change the line. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about the whole Henry Ruggs incident and then the trade deadline. Are you sad, happy with what your team did or tried to do? Obviously, another legal case going on is Deshaun Watson, and he didn't get moved either. So everybody thought he was going to be moved, but Miami Dolphins ultimately decided they can't take that risk because there's still 22 cases unresolved. So we'll see how all this plays out during the off season, if there is anything that goes down for a trade or not. But we're probably not going to see Deshaun Watson this season. Go ahead and comment. All right, I just saw this as I've just finished the outro. Obviously, I just got the breaking news of Henry Ruggs III. The Raiders have released him. So, not really surprised. That's what happened with John Gruden. They mutually went away, parted ways. And so, I guess it is the right decision because obviously, Henry Ruggs III should focus on his case and figure out what he wants to do or needs to do because he has more bigger pressing needs at this point. And the Raiders don't want to have this distraction because obviously, like I said, they dealt with the John Gruden pretty quick because it was only going to get worse, and now they've dealt with this. So I would have to say, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good that the organization is trying to do the right thing. Obviously, you can see I'm a Niners fan, so I kind of tell you how it is and my thoughts usually. And so for the Raiders to do the right thing, for especially a PR stance, yeah, you definitely can't have this go on because, like I said, the Raiders, I feel like they're more, and I've lived in the Bay Area too for almost 16 years. So when I was there with the Raiders there, I didn't feel like they were as much ingrained with the community. Just being here in Vegas, I feel like they're more ingrained and a part of the community. And so they do a lot of things with the community. So I'm very impressed there. So I don't think they want to have that. Like I said, you have the Golden Knights, and you don't hear stuff like this with their players or organization usually with anything this bad. So especially they've had two big stories this year for the NFL season. So kudos to what the Raiders did. Like I said, I just saw this and just wanted to give my quick take as I saw it. So, and you'll probably see my video come out the next day. So, yeah, let me know what you thought as you saw the breaking news. If you thought the Raiders did the right thing on releasing Henry Ruggs III. Wish him the best, and then hope, like I said, thoughts and prayers to both Henry Ruggs' family, and and him going through this, and then he made this decision, and he's gonna have to live through that, and then definitely got thoughts and prayers to the victims' family. So, very young at 23, and that's like I said, one of my concerns raising a daughter and a son out here because of the temptation, the different things and distractions that could be going on out here. So, like I said, for a parent, I would definitely try to caution them and then make great decisions and not be out so late. And if you are going to be out late, you got to have a buddy system or people watch out. Or if any of my kids ever need me to pick them up, I would, like I said, because even driving on the strip can be very difficult too. So he could have been coming out, like there's a lot of things that could have gone on. So it's going to be interesting to see how the defense is going to defend him. But obviously the Raiders thought there's no way turning back at this point how bad it looks on him and for the organization. So and like I said, the Raiders have a chance to do something great on trying to make it to the playoffs. Especially, we thought that with the Gruden scandal that they were going to be derailed, but they played pretty well so far. So we'll see how this team responds after Henry Ruggs. It's very emotional probably for the team, especially players were probably close with him too. And like I said, it's going to affect everyone in some ways, especially like a lot of the players and coaches are involved with the community too. So again, go ahead and hit that comment below, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and thumbs up so more people can see this and discuss about it. And I do appreciate your time again and support, and together we can build better tomorrow. Thanks again.